Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. Is it good afternoon? Yes, good afternoon or good evening or good morning, depending on where you're going to be watching this from. So what I want to do is, yes, this is Lillian. What I want to do is a very quick weeks. I just want to look at the past week in terms of I want to give a the week summary in terms of how our trades went. So what you can see in front of you is just basically, last week we had a very interesting week. Maybe I can just open my trading view. We had a very interesting week because just very interesting. We did a couple of trades, a number of trades. Some went well, some hit, a number hit stop loss. And I just wanted to talk about that because sometimes if we don't and people keep on taking the trades and I don't know what's happening, there's possibility that there could be confusion about if things are working out. And I just felt like rather than just giving a summary in graphics form, which I will after this, I will send you guys a summary so you can just have a look. I can also just talk about it and make this a more worthwhile conversation to have right now, just as we are preparing for the week. So later on, I'll do a pre-week analysis for the coming week. I'll do that on TradingView. But for now, I'm actually using my phone, and I thought, why not? Because I've just finished looking at the different days, how we did and whatnot, just having an idea of, like how ththings are looking like and how we did. Yeah, because it's always good to do what I like to call it's what an analysis of the week that passed. It's always good to have a look at it. See if you're on track with your goals as a trader. I'll also recommend that guys go on my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let me just search for it. It's Fierrrce Tradehouse. I have a specific video. This video, plan the trade and trade the plan. Okay, I'm going to recommend it. I'm going to share a link. I'm going to drop a link in the Telegram chat. I'm going to suggest that guys we watch this video. It's very important. So that, and then yes, subscribe to my channel, of course. Just so that if I update new stuff, you could always get to know. So that said, back to looking at our week. So we traded a couple of currencies last week, Monday to Thursday, and so this is what it's looking like. Yeah, so I just did a quick summary. We did the New York and London sessions Monday to Thursday, but on Thursday we didn't do the New York session. I did give a trade on Thursday, but I'll talk about that. It didn't execute and whatnot. So yeah, so Monday New York session, we can see we did a couple, one gold buy stops of gold, EU, GU, GJ, DJ, UJ, UCHF, USD, CHF, DJ buy stop in German 30. This was in the New York session. So on Mondays we don't trade the London session. We only trade the New York session because Mondays is pretty slow, guys. So we just don't. But so yes, we did take a couple of L's. Like, something you need to notice is that usually when you're taking my trades, usually I'm an intraday trader, but at the same time, I do encourage people to scalp with my trades, especially if it's your first time to trade with me, or to take my trades rather, because we're not really trading together, but you're taking my trades that I've analyzed, looked at the market, and I've said, you know what, let's buy, let's sell. So it's good to, take take the minimum 10 to 20 pips, get out of the market. This is something I want to recommend for newbies, okay? People who've never taken my trades, test them. Also, test them on demo, okay? Get a feel of how it goes. But generally, gold and indices, when I'm giving a stop loss, I'll always give a bigger range, okay, of about between 50 and 80 to 100 pips. So please note, but usually the average I look at is 80 pips. That's usually, if you look back at all the trades I've given in the channel, and maybe I can just go to the channel, you'll see all these trades average about 30 pips on currencies, okay? Usually 30 pips on currencies. Sometimes GBP pairs, I'll probably put 32 pips stop loss, 34, but I really like to keep it at 30 pips. And then for it's called what? For the indices, you will notice like German 30 here, I'll do like 50, German 30 usually doesn't pull back too much, so I'll do like 60 pips. But US 30, I'll usually do like 80 pips, 80, 90 pips. Sometimes if I think it will push beyond that, but I really like to keep it at 80 pips. So it's important to know that. So if you're gonna get hit by stop loss, just know that depending on what your risk management is, if you're doing 1 to 3% of your account, you're on a $100 account, that's like 0.01 to 0.03. Lot size, so you're technically going to end up losing maybe $8 if you're doing 3%, or how many? 80 pips, yeah, $8 to $80, depending on what's happening. So or actually $8 to $24, okay, on your $100 account if you're trading 0.01 to 0.03. So I'm hoping that makes sense. Now, I'm just showing you this on phone. I'm not on my laptop, but where I am, I can do this on my phone very quickly because all I want to do is just show you the trade summaries. So here we go. So yes, gold, 80 pips. So we got hit by stop loss. I mean, stop loss. I know guys don't like stop loss, but that's it. I encourage it. But the interesting thing is, and this is what makes you become a confident trader, you kind of know that, okay, you go back to the market and you look, okay, fine, I got hit out, I got stopped out. But then what happened with this buy stop is it eventually went into profit, okay? It's about 70 plus pips in profit, like a couple of, like, I think an hour or so later. So very frustrating trade, but it happened. And then we have EU also hit on stop loss, 26 pips. That was our stop loss point. But again, it also went later on and went and hit TP. But of course, this doesn't really matter, but it's good to look back and see, okay, fine, was my analysis actually accurate or correct? Or generally, did I have a positive look? So is this possible that we got into the market early, or I put my parameters a bit early? Or we got wicked out. Last week was one of those weeks where, yes, there was a lot of news happening, Fed news, manufacturing news, there was a lot of news happening. So that happened. Then you can see, so this just shows you a couple of, trades. UJ was stopped out, UCH stopped out, but GJ, DJ, GU, German 30, we were good, okay? And so on Monday, New York session, our total wins were 630 pips. That's what we actually did really pretty well. Our losses were 157. So all these things that all these pairs that stopped, we got stopped out. That's like minus 157 pips, okay? But our average wins are about 473 pips. So if you look at it in the grand scheme of things, we still ended up in a profitable morning session, or actually evening session, depending on where you are in the world. Morning in the US, in Kenya, it's evening. So that's on Monday, okay? Then on Tuesday, we had a relatively good day, okay? Tuesday wasn't too bad. London session, we only got stopped out one currency, okay? New York session, we got stopped out one currency as well. So average win was at 516 pips. And so on. So something I want you to also note, if you take my trades consecutively. Like, let's say you do a mix of both metals, indices, and currencies. So, or you just take my trades as I call them out. So gold was the first trade I called out, you got stopped out. EU was the second trade I called out, you got stopped out. So you lost 106 pips. The next trade, GU, you gained, okay? GJ, you gained. So I keep saying, obviously, you're not going to take all my trades. So even if you look at this average wins, it may not apply to you because one, probably your risk management is off. Two, possibly you were just unlucky and all the first 3 trades you got stopped out. Okay, now I keep on saying, if you're taking 1 to 3 trades per session, that is my recommendation. Do not take more than 1 to 3 trades. So if the first 3 trades all stop you out, please stop trading. Call it a morning or an evening for that session. Call it a day. Don't get back into the market. You can enjoy looking at all these other trades I'm taking, take them on demo. Okay, that's rule number 1. So you'll find that even if you got stopped out in the New York session, the next trade, okay, you actually got your 80 pips. Okay, and there was no drawdown on GU. Okay, because I just looked at it and there was no drawdown on GU. So you move your stop loss into profit and you go and you make your money. So you'd still be in a drawdown at the end of the New York session. Okay, but you're out of the market. You've built a discipline. On Tuesday was good. Hello. So London session, you recover. Okay, so the first trade, hit your stop loss again. So you're still down by a couple. You're down by about 120 minus 80. It's about 60 points, and then you're back down by about 80, 90 points. But you take the other 2 trades, EU and GJ, which gave you about 85 points. So you're kind of breaking even. And then if you get into the London session and you took the first couple of trades, you're back in profit. So guys, I just want to show you that stop loss is not a bad thing, okay? And now if you're somebody who says, I don't trade metals, I don't trade indices, I recommend, if you have a small account of less than $500, don't trade gold, don't trade indices. That's my recommendation. You can, if you're bold and aggressive, that's fine. But my recommendation is don't, okay? Because the pullbacks on those 2 pairs, indices especially and gold especially, is really, really crazy. So if you're on a small account, you could easily get wiped out with 80 pips, depending on your risk. But again, if you're trading with 1 to 3%, you're still in the game. Fine. So that's Tuesday. So Tuesday we did pretty well. Now Wednesday is where there was a bit of drama. London session, we did like 50-50, you know, in terms of wins. Had a couple of losses, but we gained with the indices and everything. New York session was just stop loss hunting day. And I looked at it again, and I'll look at it on the chat later on. I'll do a video on that as well, just to explain what stop loss hunting is. But yes, we had a rough day. But on average, okay, yes, if you took the London session first couple of trades, you gained, okay? You gained 80, 140 pips, 130, 140 pips. If you even took just gold alone, you gained 140 pips because the first 4 trades were all profitable. In the New York session, you lost, let's say if you take 1 or 2 trades or 3 trades, you lost 90 pips. But because you'd gained, let's say 140, you were still in profit on that day. So that was also not a bad day. Thursday was a bit tricky because the first 2 trades went okay in the London session. The third one, stop loss, 30 pips, but you're still in profit. So guys, are you seeing what I'm trying to tell you? If you take 1 to 3 trades, you're good to go. Even if probability, you're only trading currencies, okay? Apart from Wednesday on New York session, currency-wise, you'd be trading really, really well, okay? Then we have Thursday. Thursday, I didn't do the New York session. I did give a sell stop on Thursday for gold. It did not execute. It's still doing its thing, okay? And yes, like I said, sometimes even I, as a trader whose experience has been at this for a while, I still sometimes do get it wrong, okay? But luckily we didn't take that trade. Now, if you entered as a market execution for whatever reason, you are stopped out, okay? So if you are stopped out, you probably lost about maybe 80 pips. But I didn't give a stop loss for that one. I just gave a sell stop. I didn't give the parameters for a sell stop. I mean, for the stop loss. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say, guys, is on average on Thursday, we were minus 130 pips, okay? So really Thursday was not a great day, okay? As you can see, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we were in profit by the time we were done. So this is what I want to say. So in summary, okay, because of our Thursday and Wednesday New York sessions, which were not really great, our numbers this week were not as fantastic as last week. Last week, we had an average weekly win of 85%, which was awesome. So let's imagine you bagged and you grew your account by 85%. Not last week, but one. Okay, the last week, but one. If you traded last week, you grew your account by 59%, or you got into a drawdown, okay? But if you average the win, that's about 70%, over 70% in the last 2 weeks that you've gained on your account. If you're using proper risk management, 1 to 3% of your account, if you're not over leveraging, if you're using stop loss, because if you're not using stop loss, I don't know how your account looks like. If you're using stop loss, you're still in the game. Okay, guys, so that's the summary. I'm going to send you guys a summary in graphic form. You can look at it. You can always refer. You can counter check the trades. But for me, I really like being transparent because I want to encourage people that trading is fun. Trading has risk, okay? Huge risk. However, if you're consistent, if you apply your rules, I'm going to encourage you again. Go to my video on YouTube, Trading the Plan and Planning the Trade. It's somewhere here. Just my channel is Fierrrce Tradehouse. Go there, check out that video. It's like what? It's like an 11-minute video. Spend time going through it. And just beginning to apply your trading plan. Now, this is something I have done. This weekly summary, guys, I have done this weekly summary since May of 2019. I know my trading history. I know every single thing I do in terms of when I win, when I lose. Now, I usually have a spreadsheet. I don't have it on my phone, and I'm doing this clip on my phone, but I usually have a spreadsheet on my laptop that literally I even write notes and comments, and I say, okay, fine. When I took gold, why did I take gold? What went wrong? Was there news? Like last week, because of news, I know a lot of trades went the opposite direction just because of news. And why I know is because as soon as the news calmed down, guys, the trades went back exactly as I had anticipated. So that's why I am confident about how this new week is going to pan out. I'm really excited for those who took L's and I bit 50-50, you know, like you're kind of like, oh my God, will I wipe out my account? Don't worry, that's part of the game. The same trades you are in, I was in, okay? At least some of them. Of course, I don't trade all my trades as well. I usually trade 1 or 2 or 3 trades a day, usually even sometimes just 1 or 2. I don't need to take too many trades because I'm an intraday trader, so I usually go for the full count. But of course, where stop loss was, I was definitely smacked. But yes, that's it for today, guys. And I hope this makes some sense. Please subscribe to my channel. Secondly, let's look forward to the week. And I will later do a London session pre-week analysis. I'll put it up on my YouTube channel so that you guys can check it out. Other than that, have a lovely, lovely Sunday. See you all, guys, in the London session, actually in the New York session tomorrow or this evening for those who will be depending on your time zone. So thanks, guys, and have a lovely, lovely day.